To this page and this little live streamed pick a card. This is something I've never actually done before, but I wanted to give it a try right now. And so if for any reason throughout this whole entire live stream, like I pause in speaking and you can't hear me or something, it could be poor connection, and so that's why I'm pausing in my speech or something on my end. But regardless, this, if you're not familiar with me or what it is I do, my name is Ciarra. I'm a tarot reader on YouTube as well as an artist. I have multiple different Instagram pages now for various different things. And of course, I also have Patreon. So if you would like to help and support the work that I'm doing, Patreon would definitely be a great way to show that support if you like, or just go subscribe to my YouTube channel or any of my other various Instagram pages. You just have to search in my name and all of them will come up. So, of course, today is 11/11, so that's why I wanted to do this fun little pick a card. This is just going to be some simple messages for you guys from Spirit, what it is you need to know. We have 4 piles here. So for pile 1, we're going to have those who are attracted to this orange calcite piece. Again, there was a pause in the connection right there. So the green ametrine, or excuse me, not ametrine, green aventurine here for pile 2. For pile 3, we have this Lemurian quartz here. So if you're for pile 4, we have the ametrine piece. This is the ametrine piece for you guys. So, of course, as always, take as much time as you need, meditate on this, whatever it is you need to do. I'm going to go ahead and start in a moment. I do want to also mention that this live stream, I should be able to save it and it will become a post here on this page. I may even be able to save this whole live stream and also post to my YouTube for those who cannot obviously join in the live stream right this moment. You guys should still be able to get this content somehow, this little reading. So with that said, let's go ahead and start jumping into the piles. So I'm going to go ahead and move aside each of these stones. And we're going to start with those who are interested in pile 1 with the orange calcite. So we're going to go ahead and start off. So I'm going to lay out all of your cards and we're going to see what we have. So first up, we have the beech tree with power in prayer. We then also have the willow tree with veils parting. I think this is really interesting that you guys to this particular pile got 2 particular trees. So you may want to work a lot more with trees. You might need to commune more with them, go out more in nature. Particularly the willow would be good for, I think, balancing out your emotional aspects with the beach. Definitely just grounding in general is going to be highly important with both of these. But I also think it's interesting that one is talking about power and prayer, and we're going to get more into these. And the other ones is talking about the veils parting. So obviously, spirit is going to be kind of thin. The veils are parting for you. You're going to be able to reach out, especially when you practice prayer more often, you meditate more, you're going to be able to tap into those other realms and really deeply communicate with your spirit guides, your ancestors. You will be able to reach through there. And again, trees and the tree energy, working with dyads, all that could be very significant for that. We also have here, coming out for you guys, we have hope. So your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is always hope. Exactly. So clearly that's part of why these veils are parting for you guys. Maybe why you are so focused in this act of prayer, because you're trying to return to hope. And again, specifically, your loved ones in the spirit world are wanting you to withstand the trials that you're going through and to keep the hope alive within yourself, to keep burning. This might also be a message for some of you to be working with candle mat. You might specifically want to use obviously a white candle for spirit. I mean, a white candle is great for just any kind of spell work that you're interested in, or you might want to use maybe a green or a yellow candle. Those might resonate for some of you. So let's see what else we got here. We also have the fox spirit coming after you guys. Trust your talents in changing times. So obviously there's a lot of things that are changing. I mean, this is just a global thing anyway. But, again, I feel like this is having hope that you can achieve what you want. Some of you might be very focused on trying to achieve certain abundance for yourself. You might be wanting to do something very creative, especially if you are attracted to, again, this orange calcite. Orange and orange calcite are going to be very much related to the sacral chakra, your creativity, your sexuality. We even have an orange fox here, so that makes a lot of sense. You also got the wise one. Grow within your current situation. See, so if your spirit guides, your ancestors in particular, especially maybe for some of you, it's a passed on grandmother or great grandmother. She's maybe coming through, or again, generally your guides are coming through to remind you that this current situation is one that you are meant to grow and learn a lot from. So don't take it for granted. Also pay attention to owls, crows, black pearls. You might even want to wear a black pearl. And lastly, we also have here the unicorn with infinite. So it's saying you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. So I also feel like this is a big call here, especially with this candle, this hope card, and this one now coming out, that you guys really should work on releasing whatever it is that you're holding on to in your shadow self, working through that shadow work, and not being afraid of that. There's nothing wrong with shadow work. I know some people could be very scared of it, but it is a necessary part to achieving what it is you need to do. So, and definitely, again, growing with your talents, becoming legendary self in that way. It's like you have to be able to move through that darkness. And again, you can't appreciate stars without darkness. So you can't appreciate the light without the shadow. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more specific into these cards and the messages. Start going back up here. Let's see. With our tree cards here, we're going to get into their specific messages for you. So for the willow, it's saying wonderful opportunities, infinite possibilities, are at hand to explore new realms and open to great teachings. You have probably gotten away from your vision in life, but it is returning. Things which have been hidden or become obscured will become clear once more. Dream world veils are opening, stimulating lucid dream activities and conscious out-of-body experiences. Spirit is making itself known, and you'll begin to see that which was hidden. Be flexible and open to new teachings, regardless from where they come. Exactly. And you have the wise, again, sorry for poor connection. But yeah, you have the wise one coming out here to literally teach you something about yourself and your talents, because again, you have infinite possibilities and infinite opportunities coming through for you if you allow it and you accept it, and of course you put in the work to go after those things when they come up. It goes both ways. So next up we have the beech. The beech tree can awaken old knowledge and new expressions of it within your life. Its spirit is one of great strength and grace. Its presence is here to remind you that your words have great power to heal, to curse, to bless, and more. So when you give vocal expression to thoughts, their energy begins to unfold and manifest somewhere in the world around you. Look to the power of prayer. It will make your thoughts and wishes clearer and help you accomplish tasks more easily right now. It has great potential. Let me go back there. Has great potential right now, and those prayers will be heard. So obviously, work very hard on being conscious of how your thoughts and your words are affecting your actions and your physical world around you, because I guarantee you it is. That's the whole point of prayer. That's the whole point of manifestation. It's like you have these thoughts, you're thinking about it, you're writing it down, because you are physically going to manifest that. And that includes all types of thoughts. So again, if you're thinking negatively or like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm lacking in this, or I'm lacking in that, then yes, you are going to continue to lack in those things because you are continually putting that thought out there and placing it on yourself, and also telling the universe that this is what you believe about yourself. So, and we're going to jump into this hope. Sorry again about the connection. But we're going to jump into the hope card here as well and see what it has to say for you guys as well. Let's go ahead and find it. So, for this hope card, Spirit has brought this card to the forefront for a reason. Even though there's a fine line between despair and hope, is validation that hope is always there. It's always inside you, and you have the free will, one of my favorite words if you follow my YouTube channel, to tap into its positive effects at any time. Hope provides a positive mindset to believe, to instill a sense of inner confidence, and to know that there's a happy and satisfactory outcome to any given situation. Use this card as a mirror to see yourself for all that you are, all the good things, the beauty you bring to the world, the love you offer, and the that you give to others. Believe in yourself. And how that you can overcome any situation. Hope will be your source of energy and all your achievements to start trusting your instincts to see your life differently. When you tap into hope, you can transcend the restrictions of the past. Exactly. So, now I want to go ahead and mention, with this unicorn and the infinite possibilities it's bringing up, there are some other keywords that kind of fall in line with this card. Let's see, where is this card? Where is it hiding? There we go. So it's talking about power, purity, protection, possibilities, enchantment, beauty, luck, travel, mystery, magic, master of transformation, miracles, weather, and nature spirits. Obviously, you guys really, if you pick this pile, you really need to work more with nature. Nature spirits, particularly the fox, might be a very significant. Again, owls, crows might also be coming up for you guys. Pay attention to weather. There might be unusual weather phenomenon, or again, you might receive messages through the weather around you. But since this card is coming up, you really need to ask yourself, has pessimism driven away the magic in your life? Have mean and controlling people dimmed your joy? You need to travel to nature to be rid by negativity. That includes your own negativity. And it's funny because this is on page 111. So that is what's coming up for this first group. So we're going to go ahead and set these cards aside, and we're going to move into the next group. Again, hopefully my connection survives. But let's go ahead and talk about those who are attracted to group 2 at the start of this with the green adventuring. So you definitely might be heart-centered kind of people. You might want to work more. I'm going to kill my phone, and I swear the internet connection is going to drive me nuts. Okay, but let's go ahead and jump into this. So for you guys, you got the rose with love and healing. Again, that you might be very heart-centered kind of people. You might need to work more on your heart chakra. There might be a lot of healing and self-love kind of work that you need to do, or maybe, again, healing and work that you need to do in a relationship that you're currently in, and that could be any relationship, not just romantic relationships. Let's see what else we got here for you guys. You also serenity. So the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. Clearly, literally, that just totally aligns with what I was already just saying. And we also have here the arrow with surround yourself with protective energy. So clearly, there's some negativity, there's some shadiness happening here, and you need to, again, kind of return back to your center, to your grounding, and make sure that you are, focusing on that relationship with yourself and what it is you're allowing outside of you to kind of affect you. Again, especially in relationships with others. Maybe you're around controlling or negative or psychic vampire kind of people, and this is a cue to obviously set healthier boundaries, learning how to say no, how to keep these people at bay, and it can be done. And lastly, holy fucking shit, we got Deer with love. Again, you guys got love. That is so wild that you got that coming up more than once. So be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Damn, this is definitely all about the self-love pile here for sure. So we're going to go ahead and try to dive in. If my connection will stop being a bitch. I swear, it's just driving me nuts here, folks. I'm sorry. But anyway, with the rose with love and healing. The rose has become an archetypal image for love, passion, and healing. Always one of the most sacred plants. It is linked with love, love of self, love of others, and love of life. The appearance of rose indicates an opening of the heart and the ability to touch the heart of others. Your ability to express love now has great healing potentials for yourself and others. Trust in the power of love. Opportunities to heal wounds of the heart are at hand, especially with family and past loved ones. New love, new healing, and new passions are now at hand. Exactly. So that might be a big thing for you guys. This may have to do with toxic family members or maybe friends, people from the past that you need to, again, clear this kind of energy with. So looking at the Serenity card, Serenity now. Any fans of Seinfeld? But this is talking about, we here in the spirit world sent you this card to remind you not to feel overwhelmed at this time. Sometimes the answers are not readily available, so it's a matter of living one day at a time, as this will assist you in letting go of the past and all the negativity associated with it. The past no longer serves you or your highest good, and it can prevent you from achieving the serenity that you've been so desperately seeking. You've learned from your past mistakes and the lessons they've shown you. Letting go of what no longer serves you enables us to help you even more. We're aware of the fears or insecurities you may have experiencing, or you might be experiencing right now. When you take the time to let go of and disperse those unwanted thoughts, divine guidance can find its way to you from spirit, giving you peace of mind. Find comfort and courage in knowing that you're not alone. We're connected to you forever. Exactly. And so I want to mention the deer here, and its other keywords are gentleness, grace, beauty, healing, caring, love, shy, sensitive, swift, alert, cautious, and intuitive. You guys could definitely be a lot of empaths who pick this pile as well. You are very intuitive. You are very sensitive, which is why it's so important that you have that focus about setting those boundaries. And you keep your focus on what matters most. And what matters most for you right now is definitely working on achieving this love for yourself, this healing through love, and finding that serenity. So since the deer is coming up, you want to ask yourself these questions and kind of consider, have you forgotten your need for a safe haven? Are you bounding ahead of yourself? Slow down. Is your digestion affected by too many foods? Eat simply. And lastly, set boundaries and do not allow abuse. Exactly. Totally makes absolute sense here. All these cards are totally resonating with each other. So that's pretty wild. So that is for you guys who chose the ameturine. I keep calling this ameturine. It's not ameturine. It is green adventurine. I should not have chosen two stones that start with A. But that was your guys' reading. So now we're going to jump into pile 3 here with the Lemurian quartz. So if you guys were attracted to this one, we're going to see what you have for your cards here. So starting off, we have the maple with relationship balance, and it came out in the reverse. So this might definitely be a call. This is something you guys need to work on, especially in this fall season, since I'm looking at that color change. We also have return to the sacred with the hot spring. You guys need to take a little break. You need to kind of disconnect. You need to find, and I mean, this is kind of just the collective message coming up right now. Finding your center, rejuvenating yourself, finding your balance again. We also have coming out the light with imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a wonderful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. Exactly. Finding you again. This is definitely the glow up pile right now is what I'm feeling. Higher vibrations, achieving those higher vibrations for yourself, and not letting any bullshit stop you, especially any relationship any relationship drama. It's you don't need that. If someone ain't vibing with you anymore, it's time to walk away. Don't be that person where you're stringing somebody along, or it's and especially because, it's something comfortable, or you don't want to hurt the other person. It's you're going to end up hurting yourself and the other person way fucking more if you stay in that relationship. Just hands down. So we also have, and this makes so much sense, you got the she-wolf with Unleash the Wild Within. Obviously, you guys need to get back into your roots, your wildness. You need to unleash yourself, untame yourself. Really embrace all of those, sacral chakra, wild, creative, self-empowering, solar plexus also, your willpower. You need to just give zero fucks about anybody's fucking opinion and just be who you are authentically. If you want to go run naked underneath the moon, then fucking go run wild underneath the moon. You want to go and spend a day dancing, go spend a day dancing. It's this is definitely the time to, if you feel called to go and do something, you just need to go and do it, because it's going to be so rejuvenating for yourself. And not to mention, you also got the Direction Guardian with Choose Your Path. It's all in your hands. The only thing stopping you is you. And especially don't let anybody kind of guilt trip you into thinking that, you have to stay in a relationship, or, you have to stay on this path, or, no, that's not what civilized people in society do, or, any of that kind of bullshit. It's you inherently know what is right for you. You inherently know what path it is you're supposed to go on. So just go on it already. That's kind of just that, I'm getting a lot of energy here of tough love, come on, you can do better. You can do better. And lastly, holy shit. Oh my God, it's so funny. Pronghorn right here with action. Now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. Damn straight. Again, take the action you want to take, and don't let anybody tell you. We are going to also talk about more in depth here with the hot spring. Which is return to the sacred. So in wow, that's wild. To Native Americans, hot springs are sacred places for peace and healing. The creative energies are at play whenever hot springs are found. Rain falls, sinks into the earth, and minerals dissolve. Heat filters impurities, and then a healing spring flows out. Hot springs remind us that some places and activities should always remain sacred and honored. Now is the time to return or restore the sacred in some area of your life. Honor your commitments. Make sure others honor theirs to you. That's that relationship balance right there. Return to the basics of what is most sacred to you. Honor yourself, what you do, and eliminate that which does not do the same. Amen. Seriously. So then with the maple, with the relationship balance, imbalances must be dealt with now. Within you and within important relationships, things have become too one-sided. This is not a healthy relationship. The yin and yang, masculine and feminine, Electrical and magnetic are out of balance. This has skewed your intuition and is beginning to impact your health. Look to balance the physical and the spiritual in your life. As you do, the other opposites will begin to harmonize and work together more effectively. So even just for a personal level here, if you're not in currently relationships or anything like that, obviously, this is a call to balance yourself out, balance the masculine and the feminine within you. Clearly, maybe a lot of you really need to incorporate the masculine in more, especially with this action. Again, everything is a balance of light and dark, masculine, feminine. Again, different polarities that always need to stay in balance and always find a way to get to that balance, especially once we step out of the way and we're like, okay, I know I need to do this work, guide me in the right direction. So let's also talk about, where is it? The light card as well. So the spirit world presents this card to remind you that some people are attracted to light while others emanate it. You are a wonderful beacon. And as a result, you have the ability to attract what you desire. Thoughts are like rays of light made up from energy that disperses into the universe, but eventually get returned to us. Ask yourself, how have my thoughts been lately? Have they been positive or negative? It's worth remembering that you will often find that you're thinking about or looking for. You also have the power to use your brilliance to protect yourself from people or situations that might be causing you disharmony. Visualize yourself surrounded by a protective layer of brilliant white light, which allows only positive people and situations to enter into your space and life for your highest good. You are a shining soul. And we are here in the spirit world. See your light and know that you have the power to be even more than who you are, a spiritual being with unlimited potential. Exactly. So lastly, I'm going to talk about the pronghorn here and its other keywords, as well as some questions that's going to bring up that you might want to address within yourself, since obviously it's coming up. This is also the antelope. So this is about action, intuition, strength of heart, adaptability, quick response, survival, bravery in death. So, since it's coming up, you want to ask yourself or consider, have you been procrastinating? Does something not smell or sound right? Is there something negative you need to avoid? Let your intuition guide you. Take action. Do it now. Obviously, there's something here that you guys are totally avoiding having to deal with. Either it's an actual relationship, it's something within yourself, some sort of negativity. Again, I get the sense of like you guys really want to go and do something, but it's like you've been hesitating to unleash that aspect of yourself or show that aspect of yourself, maybe fear of judgment, anything. But you can't keep bottling yourself up, because it's just going to literally eat away at your physical health here. And we have a lot of health consciousness here, especially with something like the hot spring. Hot springs, again, very sacred, have many different mineral properties. There's all kinds of different types of hot springs that can give you different benefits. So obviously you need to pay attention to, what you're putting on your body. I feel like what you're consuming. Also, you might need to definitely drink more water. You might need to even incorporate, like lemon water, things like that. Putting some sort of mineral maybe in your water. You might even want to try. Personally, I'm a little bit about actually sticking crystals directly in your water and then drinking, just because you don't really know exactly where crystals were. I'm not really somebody who's going to preach putting actual crystals in your water, but especially if you have something like a nice glass bottle, surround the bottle with crystals, set it out in moonlight, power it up, charge the water with the crystals around it in your intentions for what it is you want to do or what you want to heal. And that works just as fine. You don't have to actually physically put the crystals in the water. You can put it just around it. So yes, that is what's coming up here for my pile 3s with the Lemurian quartz. So we're going to go ahead to those who pick the fourth and final pile with the ametrine. This is the ametrine piece. Me and choosing 2 stones that start with A. We're going to see what you got for your cards. So you guys got summer, bring to fruition. Ooh, you might like tomatoes, or maybe you need to try out tomatoes. But point being, you have summer here. So obviously the coming summer is going to be very, very significant for you. It's going to bring everything into fruition for you, especially if there's something you've been wanting to manifest. But there's always a but. You also got the dandelion in the reverse, and it's talking about persistent pursuits, and it's in the reverse. So obviously, if you want to bring this stuff to, you got to actually persist to do it. You got to put the action. Again, all these piles are getting more or less very similar cross messages. It's really funny. We also got here, reach out. So we know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help when offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support whenever it's presented to you. So clearly, not only is this like a call for like, hey, you have to actually ask your spirit guides, your angels and stuff to assist you, to help you. But also this talks about people actually physically around you. It's like if people support you, give assistance, give advice, accept that advice. Also, I strongly feel like a lot of you are avoiding asking for help or asking for assistance. And it's like you got to move past that. You will need help to bring whatever it is, certain aspects of what it is you're manifesting to fruition. We then got the mountain with stand your ground. So again, this goes into, again, staying persistent, staying on course, but also I feel like there could be maybe for 1 or 2 of you, like somebody who's maybe trying to overstep how much they're wanting to. And it could be that like they have the best intentions in mind. They really want to help you, but maybe they're becoming too controlling and trying to take charge of your situation here, or it literally is somebody who's too controlling. So again, you need to take more charge for yourself. And again, stand your ground when it comes to this person and what you believe in. And lastly, we got the bison with abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Obviously, a lot of you, this has to do with some sort of abundance you're trying to bring about. So let's dive a little bit. So with the dandelion in the reverse, it's talking about beauty can be found often where we don't look. Look for hidden color in the issues at present. If things are not progressing for you now, it is because there's some benefit that you are just not seeing. You must persist as long as is necessary to achieve, and sometimes that is not according to your own personal time frame. Are you giving up because the struggle is too long/hard? Accept that true success only comes with lots of hard work and persistence, not through some brush with luck. Be willing to do the work necessary, even the unexpected work. Exactly. And so then you have summer, which summer has its own unique qualities. And as it comes upon us, so will new opportunities. Seeds come to fruition in the summer, ripening for the yearly harvest that will come again in the fall. Your efforts since the previous autumn are about to be fulfilled and consummated. Take the time to enjoy and savor them. Now is the time to focus on the best ways to help things grow and become stronger. Your work, your life, and your relationships are reaching a new maturity. Interesting. Then, of course, we have that reaching out card, which we're going to dive a little bit more into. So with it is saying, the spirit world is handing this card to you for a specific reason. So for many of us, we believe that we can cope with almost anything that's thrown at us, any crisis or turmoil in our lives. But sometimes it's just impossible to actually cope on your own. There will be times, and by And by receiving this card, it probably signifies that this is one of those times when it's totally okay to reach out and ask for some support. You can't do everything on your own. And the first step is to stop and acknowledge that you could use some help. Once you allow the support to be offered, not only will you feel better, you will also be able to achieve so much more. Your health and well-being will be re-energized, and you'll find new ways of coping, both with this current situation and, more important, with those in the future. Also remember, you have help and support there among your friends and family in the physical world, as well as us here in the spirit world. And you have such like a powerful totem animal right here with the bison coming through, so definitely don't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's just what came to mind. But with the looking more at the keyword, if my internet connection will allow me to say it, immutable spirit, endurance, survival, strength, abundance, virility, prosperity, and prayer. So, since the bison is coming up for you guys, you really want to ask yourself, have you forgotten to be thankful for all of your blessings? Practice an attitude of gratitude to bring that fruition even closer. Have you lost connection to earth? You need to get back into that grounded state. Have you forgotten how to pray and connect to the Great Spirit? How to reach out and really connect to those spirit guides so that you can, receive all the assistance they want to give you. And lastly, be grateful. Return to prayer. So obviously, it feels like some of you maybe have gotten you've gotten a little pessimistic because obviously things that you've been working really hard of, and I can totally understand this, it's not coming about as fast, or it doesn't seem like it's coming about at all. And you're kind of frustrated because it's like, are you actually moving in the right direction? Are you following the correct path? It's like, why aren't these things coming about? Take a breath. Recenter yourself. Again, ask for assistance when you need it, both spiritually and physically around you. And again, you've chosen the path that you have. Trust that you are on the right path. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself, because oftentimes the hardest and most rewarding paths and the ones that line most with our purpose are going to be the hardest ones for certain. So you might want to look at your North Node, in particular for you guys who picked this pile as well. But again, you got to stand your ground and you got to keep trusting that yes, these things are going to come about. You will watch it all magically manifest and unfold for yourself in the right divine timing. It's going to take baby steps for some, others it will take kind of stretches and leaps. It just depends on each person's journey. And that's why it's so important that you do not compare your success or judge your success based on other people's success, because you can't really, especially using social media, because you don't see everything that they're going through on their end. Social media very much has this kind of veil of showing the best, the greatest, kind of aspect, when really you're not seeing all the hard turmoil, all the, nitty gritty details that are happening behind the scenes, and all the failures, all the sleepless nights, all that kind of stuff. All that goes into hand to trying to make your dreams and your abundance flourish and come about. But a lot of times we don't see that, or a lot of times people don't talk about it, which is not very helpful to other people who are trying to follow similar paths, but doing it in their own way. I definitely feel like more people be willing to share those aspects more. So with that said, woohoo! So that has been this little live stream. I'm sorry again if the connection has been shit. I need to work on that in my space. It just be like that. But this was kind of interesting. Wanted to try out doing a live streamed pick a card, see how you guys kind of react to it. If you just want to hang out, chat a little bit or something like that, definitely do feel free. I might keep this up for just a little bit more. Maybe I'll pull some additional cards just to see what happens. I don't know. You guys tell me who are still, with this little live stream, if there's anything you want to ask. Maybe you have a question. Maybe I'll pull a card for you. Something like that. or we can just sit here, watch me hold my little crystals. Give this a go. But let me also mention, since I have these out, what decks I was using just now, for any of you who are particularly interested in that. So the decks I was using. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that it was, if it was helpful, if you guys enjoyed it, all that. Again, the internet connection is something I've been struggling with for the last few months. It's just, it gets so frustrating. Don't even get me started with trying to FaceTime people. Like, oh my God. Oh, yay. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. It was kind of interesting to see. And again, it's kind of funny when this happens. Just how much there's like cross messages across a lot of piles, especially with like these really short, kind of quick readings that I've done here on Instagram before. There'll be a lot of that. But anyway, let me mention the decks I was using. So I was using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I was then also using the Spirit Messages Daily Guidance Oracle deck. I was also using the Nature Speak Oracle, and you can see I tabbed where certain cards, because this can be kind of a tricky little booklet to like on the fly try to find something, but I absolutely love this little deck, seriously, because especially when I use this deck in tandem with tarot, it is so wild because literally these will call out exactly the tarot cards that I pull and just kind of sum up the message from the tarot in like the most in your face kind of way. These are such a fun deck for me. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Oh, see, that's really interesting that you felt called to choose all the crystals, because again, they like so many like similar messages, kind of like same undercurrent. And lastly, the other deck that I also used is the Spirit Animal Oracle. I really like this deck as well. I also really just like the artwork in it, but that's no surprise given that it's like all watercolor based kind of stuff. So yeah, I think I will call this little live stream here. I gotta see how it works. Hopefully this lets me save it, post it, so that everybody else can get access to this. Again, this was just going to be a fun little 11/11 reading for you all, just because, I'm like looking outside my window and the leaves are all falling down, because just there's a little bit of wind today, but it's so pretty. I need to get outside. I need to go connect with the earth more. But thank you all so much. Again, I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed that. I hope that future people who watch this, you also enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment telling me what pile you picked, how you felt about the messages, all that. If you guys want me to keep doing more of these quick little live streams, also let me know that. Feel free to shoot me messages, all that. And also, if you would like to help support the content that I do, please do check out my Patreon, because I have exclusive pick a card readings over there that are ad-free. I also have personal reading options on my Patreon. There's coloring pages for all my coloring fanatics out there who might like to do that. Just fun little relaxing little projects kind of thing. And of course, I post artwork, uncensored artwork, more artwork over there, messy sketches, sometimes daily messages from the tarot, all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm also going to be starting to do like more in-depth. I'm still working on all the details, but I'm probably going to drop the first video for that in December, where I kind of delve more into specific spiritual topics or discussions. That's going to be something that's available for my highest tier right now. I'm planning right now, I think for December, that's when I'm going to release the first one, and it's going to be really diving deep into my charm casting box, showing off all my charms, explaining how I do it, a little history behind it, kind of that kind of thing. So if you guys are kind of interested in that kind of informative kind of thing, I'm testing it out, seeing how it works. If anybody's interested in it, I'm going to throw it up there, see what happens with it. But yeah, thank you all so much. I'm done rambling. See you in the next one.